Hello there today, how you going? I've just been going through my collection and seeing what I do have. And, I come across a few of my Flying Scotsmen that I've managed to acquire over the years. This is an original one. So this is what, 1967 or 68, I forget the year. This was the year that Triang and Hornby actually put out the Flying Scotsman for the first time. It's like a basic model in today's standards. It's got the banjo on the top there. I think that denotes A1. I think I remember someone saying that in some other video. I'm not an authority. I'll have to check that. Maybe I should have. But yeah, that was one of the distinctions that they made between the first models and then the dome shape in the second run, or the third run actually. So this was the first run, and it came in this box with the cardboard sleeve with the plastic vacuum sleeve to hold the model. And yeah, I've just put a new motor in this one. The other one was getting a bit tired, so yeah, she's good to go. It's not a new motor, it's one I rebuilt, but it runs well. Anyway, I'll just show you the second one I've got. Yeah, okay, now this one coming out in I think 73 or 4 from memory. I'll just move this box out of the way. Pull this other one up. And that come out in the just the red cardboard box, pretty flimsy with the polystyrene insert to hold the model with the black and gold sash at the end. And she's a chuff, very glossy. And this one is in almost perfect condition. You can see there's my little screwdriver. You can see there's a little bit of paint barked off up the top here. That came to me like that, so I never repainted it. I just thought I'd just leave it intact. The chuff still works, and yeah, she's a very nice model too. You can see again the banjo on the top of the train there, with the little brass safety valves there at the top. But a very nice model for a toy. But you do notice that the valve gear on these is probably what you'd say way over scale, or even chunky, but still a very good model for its day. I liked it. Oh, I do like it. I think you have to take the assessment of what you're looking at into context with the era that it was produced in, and this was Triang Hornby. Actually, this is Hornby. So this is Hornby when it's just started as a new company after the Triang part of the company went broke and they lost the rights to use the name. So they still went with the original tooling, and just made it look glossier. But still, she's a nice model, and she runs pretty well too. They've actually got them pretty well worked out that they run nicely as a double header. So I'll just give it a bit of a bell. There you go, nice little bit of a skid. Just got some teak coaches at the end. I'll leave that box out of the way now. Here they come, struggling along. Just raise the camera, get a bit of a view. I'll give it its speed. That's only our throttle, so that second one really goes when you wind it out. So I tend not to do it because it's almost jumped the tracks a few times. So there you go. There's the first two I wanted to show you. Anyway, I'll move them along. Out of the way for a sec. Which now brings us to my tender drive. I'm just putting my camera stand back on. Sorry for the wobbly picture. What I might do is bring that one forward now. I'm going to have to take it back off again anyway because I'm going to have to run that train back around to take those original engines off. But anyway, we'll just top her up. Close enough. Back in this shot. So this is the tender drive. So these are 1980. I got this in a train set. I've still got the train set box actually. It came with the track mat and a loop of track with a point and enough track for a siding. And a very good train set at the time. You notice that the gears have been a bit more modified on these. Still chunky though, but nice enough. You know, this one goes like an absolute rocket. It's probably my best performer. It's for a tender drive. It's really good. It has never given me any trouble. It just you just only need to clean the wheels and keep it serviced. And you can't complain about their performance. They're quite a brilliant runner. I know people don't rate tender drives, but tender drives are as good as the work that you put into them. You know, some of the connections between the tender and the engine can be a bit faulty, but that's just usually fixed or remedied with a bit of maintenance. And just go through and clean it. If they're clean, they'll work. Anyway, I'll bring that train around the other way and from over there. I must be shorting it out. Hang on, I'll just take that off. I was shorting it out. I'll just remove these two from the line. There we are, mission accomplished. Let's just get this on. Nope. Still not right. There we are, nice. Just line that up. Stick her in. It doesn't feel on. Now it does. Yep. Just give that a roll forward. Yep. I was watching Paul's channel from my models and trains channel, Paul Vosman. He was talking about close coupling between the coaches, and we were talking about how the gap's a bit unrealistic. But I've noticed with these Grizzlies, the Teagues, they couple quite a lot. Oh, hang on. They couple quite a lot closer. Not as close as what he's been achieving with his little coupling system, but it's close enough for. I wouldn't modify these coaches because they're quite tight with those flanges on the back of the carriages. So I'd leave that alone, as compared to these ones where the gap is quite significant. But anyhow, I'll just bring that loco back, put it back in the picture. Now you can see this is the one with the dome, so this is early 80s that the tender drives first appeared. And yeah, not to great fanfare, I suppose. A lot of the purists were not a fan of the locomotive being driven from the tender and not inside the locomotive itself. Oh, I get that. It loses some realism, especially with wheel spin, that type of thing, which is, some people really like that. I do too. But as a means to an end, Hornby at the time adopted the motors that Fleischmann were using, the Ringfields, and they were a better performer as far as they're concerned over the XO4s and 3s. So it was an upgrade in technology, but just not delivered the way that people liked. I know that the Flying Scotsman nameplate there's not real flash either, but you can buy better ones if you want them. But these models evolve over time, don't they? So I'll just give this one a bit of a burl, show you, well, how did I put it in the right gear? This one runs really smooth. You can almost feel the pulses in the motor. You can see that juttering there like that. That's like the magnets doing their job in the motor on the commutator, grabbing it as it goes around. When you put your finger on it and give it a push, you can really feel it, the effect of the magnetism from the magnets on the commutator as the current flows through. So anyway, we'll give her a run. I've put a lot of work into this to remove as much noise in the tender as I possibly can, and I'm pretty happy with it. I'm just going to lift this camera up just to show you how she goes. Now this is a quarter speed on my controller, and she's swift. I'll get up to the end of the table and see if I can show you just how well that looks. That's about as fast as I'd like to run my locos on this layout, because it's not the engine so much, it's the carriages that seem to get thrown around the most. So yeah, she's a good one. Hang on, I'll just put this down again, sorry. I've always enjoyed running this one. This one's always been a really good performer, and I wish they were all as good as far as they perform. Now the next one I'm going to have to run in the other direction. I'll just show you it. I'll just pop this one off. Pop him on the back track there. Now this is a new one. that I've recently purchased. I don't know if I get him on. Doesn't matter anyway because I'm going to be changing it around. Bringing it back. Now this is the railroad version of the Scotsman. And I think I read that these came out, I don't know, is it 2005? It's got the finer gear there on the driving wheels. It's much more accurate, much more scale. The motor's obviously back in the locomotive itself, and the tender on them is as light as a feather. It's kind of surprised me. I might have to open that up and put a little bit of weight in that. It flies around a little bit when you try to rate her up to speed. Now, running in this direction from right to left, it derails over in that back corner where those big pieces of polystyrene are for some reason. I've been working on it. Like, it'll go there through their half speed as soon as you start putting it up. The drivers seem to come adrift. The front one comes adrift, and it kind of goes over it holds over the rail like that type of situation. It'll still run, but it's not ideal. So I tried it in the other direction. It runs perfect. So for now, this is going to be a left to right locomotive. So I'll just pull these coaches down. Spin her around. The only thing that I don't like about this locomotive is that the bogie on the back of the locomotive, the wheels don't hit the. That's it. The wheels don't hit the track. These wheels here, if I don't have the light with me. Maybe if oh well. See if I can focus right in there a bit. Yeah, you go. If you see that through that grainy picture there, you can just see the wheel doesn't quite meet the track, and they don't really do anything. So I'm not sure if that's got something to do with the stability of the locomotive as it's going around. It's not doing its job. But anywho, this is the new iteration that Hornby put out. Now look, I don't know if they've updated it since 2005. I'm not a historian with that type of thing. But this is probably the tooling that they're running with for now anyway. It's pretty good. It's pretty crisp. The valve gear looks great. Like, they're not cheap though, I've got to give you the tip. I bought this for 280 Australian at a hobby shop that's stopped. It's trying to get rid of all of their HO stock because they're just concentrating on N gauge. They reckon that HO's not selling, so he knew that I was a HO dude, offered it to me for that price, and of course I said yes. Very nice locomotive though. I mean, I really do like this one. I'll just start her off. And I have, did I? No, that's the hollow tender as she comes around. Oh, sorry. I can get this up to full speed. I've oiled those wheels, so I don't know what's making that noise. But okay, we're now at full speed. See if I can get to a better spot for a longer run. Here she comes. very stable in the back. Tripping over the air compressor here, I forgot to put it away. It does sound like a hollow tender to me, which I might have to stuff with some padding, some foam. Geez, that's still building up some momentum. It's only doing it on the corner, so yeah, I'll have to investigate that. Or maybe I didn't put it on properly in the first place. Let's try again. Let's check and see what the problem is. It looks like those wheels are right. But anywho, she crawls like a champion, even on this old controller. There we go. Can't fault that for a slow speed performance. Yeah. Anyway, I've blabbed on long enough. So there are just a couple of the Flying Scotsmen that I've collected over the year. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch up with you again soon.